Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. B and B spoilers. The Logans call Steffy's bluff. Forrester Harris quits family business. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, has backed herself into a corner on Bold and the Beautiful. Her dad may be supporting her decision, but it seems like nobody else at Forrester Creations is Team Steffy right now. If the Logan women join forces, does Queen Steffy stand a chance, or will she quit her own company? Here's what's happening next week on B&B, spoilers ahead. Steffy Forrester demanded that her dad choose a side at Forrester Creations. She may have reconsidered if she knew the entire company was going to choose sides. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, might be out of the picture, but what if all of her friends and family leave with her? This is probably what everybody kept warning Steffy Forrester would happen if she kept letting her personal life take over her business decisions. Steffy clearly made an impulsive decision by firing Hope and didn't think through the consequences. What if everyone else decides to protest and walk out with Hope Logan? Bold and Beautiful spoilers say that as news of Hope's career going down the tubes spreads, no one will be pleased with Steffy's decision, except for her of course. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, is ready to go to war for her daughter's job. Plus, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, seems pretty upset too. Zenda Forrester, Delon Demetz, is not happy about Steffy's move, for obvious reasons. If Hope Logan and HFTF are gone, where does that leave him at Forrester Creations? After being treated so poorly by his own family, no one would be shocked if Zenda decided to join the Logan women in protest. He clearly wants Hope to come back to work, so he will still have a job. It goes without saying that Carter Walton, Lawrence Street Victor, is ready to hit Steffy where it hurts. Can Steffy keep her family business afloat without Hope, Brooke, Carter, Katie, and Zenda? Bold and Beautiful spoilers hint Steffy's father and grandfather will realize that she has taken things too far, and their company is going to go down the tubes if this keeps up. But when they tell her they have to bring Hope and her gang back, will Steffy decide to quit Forrester Creations and walk away from her legacy? In the high-stakes world of the Bold and the Beautiful, the tension between the Logans and the Forresters has reached a boiling point. With Steffy Forrester once again finding herself at odds with the Logan family, emotions are raw, and the stakes have never been higher. After yet another heated confrontation over Forrester Creations' direction, the Logans call Steffy's bluff, pushing the Forrester Harris to make a drastic decision that could shake the entire family dynasty. For months, Steffy has clashed with Hope Logan over creative control at Forrester Creations. Both fiercely protective of their family legacies, they've continuously butted heads over everything from design choices to brand messaging. Steffy, as the appointed Forrester visionary, believes she's the only one with the insight to lead the company forward, but the Logans, especially Hope and Brooke, feel it's time the company evolves with a more inclusive vision, one that respects the Logan influence as much as the Forrester heritage. After another board meeting fraught with accusations and barely concealed barbs, Steffy decides she's had enough. Hope challenges Steffy, insinuating that perhaps she's holding onto Forrester Creations out of ego rather than passion. Brooke adds fuel to the fire, suggesting that if Steffy can't handle competition, maybe she should step aside for someone who can. The room goes silent. For Steffy, it's the ultimate insult. After all, she's poured her heart and soul into the company. The accusation strikes deep, echoing her fears of not measuring up to her father, Ridge, or her legendary grandmother, Stephanie. Her expression hardens, and she stands tall. In a voice steady with anger, Steffy throws down a bold statement. Maybe you're right, Hope. Maybe I am too attached to this place. But if you think you can do a better job without me, go ahead. I quit. A stunned silence follows as the weight of her words sinks in. No one expected Steffy to walk away from Forrester Creations, least of all the Logans, who quickly realize they may have pushed her too far. Word of Steffi's resignation spreads like wildfire. The Forrester family is thrown into turmoil. Ridge is devastated, fearing that the conflict between the families has finally shattered Steffi's loyalty to the company he always hoped she would lead. Meanwhile, Taylor, Steffi's mother, is outraged, blaming Brooke and Hope for manipulating her daughter into making such a drastic decision. Despite their initial satisfaction, Brooke and Hope begin to feel the ripple effects of Steffi's exit. Though they've gained control over Forrester Creations, the company's workforce, many of whom are loyal to the Forrester name, are uneasy. Morale dips and whispers circulate in the design studios and boardrooms. How could Forrester Creations be Forrester without a Forrester at the helm? Hope tries to rally the team, but the tension is palpable. For the first time, she questions if she's truly capable of filling Steffi's shoes, or if the company can survive without its most passionate champion. Meanwhile, Steffi, away from the office for the first time in years, finds herself in an unexpected position. For as long as she can remember, her identity has been intrinsically tied to Forrester Creations. Now, unburdened by the pressures of the family business, she has time to reevaluate her priorities. She spends her days reconnecting with her children, reflecting on her dreams, and exploring new opportunities she never had time for before. Then, an idea starts forming in her mind, one that could set her on a whole new path, outside the shadows of her family's legacy. With her keen eye for fashion and innovation, she begins contemplating the possibility of starting her own brand, one that would embody her vision, free from the constraints and conflicts that have defined her time at Forrester Creations. As Steffi dives deeper into her new venture, she finds unexpected support from an old friend, Wyatt Spencer. Recognizing her talent and drive, Wyatt proposes a business partnership, offering Steffi the resources to launch her brand. It's a tempting offer, and for the first time, Steffi envisions a future where she can truly be her own boss, unencumbered by family politics. This venture, she realizes, could finally give her the chance to carve out her own place in the fashion world. Back at Forrester Creations, things are falling apart. Without Steffi's strong leadership, the company's identity is starting to fragment. Hope is doing her best to hold things together, but she can't shake the nagging feeling that she might be in over her head. Brooke tries to help her daughter, but even she can't deny that the company feels different without Steffi's influence. The designs lack the usual edge and sophistication that the Forrester name is known for, and the press is quick to pick up on the shift. Meanwhile, Ridge, heartbroken by Steffi's departure, realizes he may have been too focused on trying to unite the Logans and Forresters. He had hoped that Hope and Steffi could find common ground, but it's clear now that they have very different visions for the company. In a desperate attempt to bring Steffi back, he reaches out to her, apologizing for not recognizing how much pressure he placed on her to uphold the family legacy. But Steffi has moved on. Though she still loves her family, she's found a new sense of purpose and confidence in her independence. She tells her father that while she will always be a Forrester, she needs to step out of the shadow of Forrester Creations to create something that is entirely her own. Ridge, though saddened, finally understands. He sees a new strength in Steffi, a resilience and passion that reminds him of his mother, Stephanie. With a heavy heart, he gives her his blessing, knowing she has to follow her own path. The Logans, meanwhile, face the reality that they may have won the battle but lost something greater. Without Steffi, the company's spirit feels diminished. The Logans realize that in their pursuit of influence, they may have stripped Forrester Creations of what made it special, the soul and heart of the Forrester family. Even Brooke, typically unyielding, acknowledges to Ridge that perhaps they miscalculated, pushing Steffi to a place from which she may never return. As Steffi prepares to launch her new line, aptly named Steffanoir, a fusion of her name and the elegant, fearless style she champions, there's a buzz of excitement in the fashion world. Insiders speculate that Steffy could be a game-changer, introducing a fresh, edgy voice that could rival Forrester Creations itself. In the end, Steffy's departure not only transforms her life, but sends shockwaves through her family and the company she once vowed to protect. She's finally free to write her own story, one that doesn't rely on the Forrester legacy, but instead showcases her unique vision, passion, and resilience. The Logans may have called her bluff, but Steffy proved she was far more than just an heiress. She's a force to be reckoned with, and the world is about to see her in an entirely new light.